Well, the day has finally come. Today is September 21, 2025. The time now is 20 minutes past 10 in the morning. This really, I was going to sit here by myself, but this is really a tribute to sugar. I'm sitting here by myself with you guys. So what happened? In summary, you know what happened. Most of you do anyway. Living in the countryside in Thailand. I'm wiping my face. I'm sweating like mad, so sorry. Living in the countryside of Thailand is not easy for anybody, especially not a dog. Mating season, there everybody's packs running around fighting. And then she was chasing monitor lizards out of the garden, and one day I guess he just thought, I'm not running. So she ran up to bark and he jumped and bit her. She was already getting old, but that really I thought that was the end, but it was not. So today is September 21. It's about 10:30 in the morning. September 21, 2025. And we're here to say goodbye to sugar. It's hard to even think about what to say. So last night, I was out in the garden pottering about, and for the last 2 days she just lays there on the path and won't move. So last night I was outside in the garden taking a video of a snake, and she was sitting there, and I was in the house first, and I was watching her. And her head was doing that looking around thing, lifting up, looking around like she's looking to the other side, and I didn't even click. And then I tried to get her to go for a pee before it was time to go to bed. And she was reluctant to go, but she went, and she peed and went back and laid down. And we have a routine. I'm happy for her to lay down because she has to catch her breath before she can make her way to the workshop. Yes, I could have picked her up and carried her, but, leave her. And I waited for her and talked to her, and just talking to her like a human, like she can understand me. I believe she could. Anyway, this morning I woke up, and I always open the door about 7:45 to 8 o'clock. But as she's getting older, that time didn't matter so much, because she wouldn't come out by herself. And I didn't make her come out. I just left her do what she wanted when she wanted in the mornings. When she needed to pee, she'd get up and come outside. So, but on the way there this morning to open the door, I had a feeling. And a couple of weeks ago I had a feeling, but then she got better, remember? And then I opened the door, and she was laying on the floor by she has 2 fans, and she slept in about 3 different places. One where she was, one on her bed, and one under my workbench in the old workshop, and inside my workbench for the new workshop. So 3 places. So I wasn't surprised. I was actually a little bit surprised to see where she was, because normally just lately she's been sleeping in the workbench. She actually jumps up on the shelf and sleeps there. And so I didn't disturb her. I just watching for her heartbeat, and I didn't see her chest lifting and raising. And I kind of knew. I knew before I opened the door, and then I watched her, and I thought, So I walked over and sat. I have a little workbench stool, a little stool, and I sat on that next to her and just talking to her. And then I started petting her and talking to her, and she was gone. So then I come outside, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks. Where's the best place for her to go? And I think right here. Behind me, directly behind me, is the waterfall, and this is the edge of the bank, looking at the river. Behind her you can see the river. And that little dog there was on her son's grave. When her son passed, I bought that and put that on him. So that he's been sitting by the waterfall since. So today he came back out, and I said, come on, you have a duty. You have to guard your mom. So I put some hot dog there earlier. I come back and the hot dog was gone. And I'm like, I know who that is, Scary Ray. Scary Ray is not scary to me, but scary because he don't like to come close. The other Ray comes close. So, it's bon voyage, sugar. Have a safe journey. You know, it's about 40 feet from where I'm sitting right now on the same bank. So if you go to your left about 40 feet, about 10 years ago, I was watering some plants I had on the side of the bank, and it was dark, but I knew I had to get some water on these flowers or plants, whatever. I can't remember what was there. And I heard some noise, but I didn't know what it was. But what happened was, it was Sugar and her two brothers and sister come tumbling down the hill and ran into the side of my leg, and I didn't know what it was at first. Man, talk about pooing your pants. But then I realized, I mean, it was that dark. Then I realized what it was. So then I put everything away and walked her home. And then for a couple of weeks she kept coming back and wouldn't go home. Her brothers and sisters too, but she started chasing them off. She already knew she's going to stay here and by herself. This is my home and you're not staying. She already decided that. So I used to take her home and she'd walk straight back. I'd take her home and she'd walk straight back. So I said to the people, my next door neighbors, who are about 500 meters away, 500 yards away, I said, she keeps coming to the house and won't go back home. And they said, my bly, which means it's okay, everything's okay. And I kept feeling embarrassed because I kept thinking that they thought I stole her or something. But she just stayed and would not leave. And before that, Jan used to say to me, are you going to get a dog? Are you going to get a dog? Are you going to get a dog? I said, no, I'm not. When a dog wants to come, it'll come. But I don't need to go looking for one. When a dog wants a home, it'll come. And she came. We had our ups and downs. She's ornery is the best way. Ornery is the best way to describe her. Because when she's got a bone in her head that she wants to do something, she's going to do it no matter what you say. I used to call her she'd look at me and walk off. Many times. I'm going to string you up and throw you in the river, girl. He's driving me crazy. But then when I was building the waterfall, she would, some of you might remember the old waterfall video. She would lay in the little bowl of the you know, the lady who has the pitcher, who pours the water. She would lay there and fall asleep. Wake up, watch what I'm doing, fall asleep, watch what I'm doing, wake up, go to sleep, go for a pee, come back, sleep again. And then you must remember all the times when we sit at the picnic table. So at night, just before dusk, she'd always go sit on the picnic table. And whatever I was doing, she'd look at me walking around the garden like, well. So I had to come sit with her. You might have remembered me videoing, talking to her on the table. Like, she'd sit on the table or look at me, and she'd look at me like she was looking at something that I couldn't see, but she's just staring and staring and staring. I don't know. So this morning is when she passed. Actually, sometime in I'm guessing, she wouldn't eat her dinner last night. She ate half of her breakfast yesterday. She wouldn't eat her dinner, which was I cooked her some fresh chicken and butter. Butter and water. Yeah, I can't remember. I think butter and water, something like that. So I had more time, cook better. And she loved that. She wouldn't touch it. So I gave her a little bit of my bacon from breakfast yesterday. She wouldn't eat that. So then I went to normally I never go out at night, but last night I just felt I needed to go out. And when I went out, they had to 7 to get a piece of cake. I come straight back, and I bought, on the way outside 7, they sell hot dogs, sausages that I know she likes. So I bought her one. Come home, put a couple of those in her bowl. She ate one of the. I gave her 2 big pieces of sausage, and she ate one of them. So I thought, you know something? Normally I take her bowl out when I close the door between 11 and 12. But I just thought last night, I thought, you know something? Just leave it there. It'll be okay. So I left it. And this morning, it was still there. She didn't eat any of it. And she laid by the fan and went to sleep and didn't wake up. Yeah, so she's gone. Yeah, she's a character. She's really strong-willed. She did whatever she wanted. Fighting and irritating people. But then she'd come back and look at me like, well, I'm just a dog. It's funny. I can say, I didn't do a little video this morning because no matter what I talked about, I just started filling up, so I couldn't talk. Anyway, that's enough about her and enough about me. So she's gone, and her body's here, but she's gone on to be in the big. I don't know if everybody believes different, and I don't. You know, I adjust my belief system based on what I learn, and right now I believe, you know, when your body's gone. So when the spirit leaves the body just goes, starts deteriorating. There's no, the life, spirit, whatever, the life energy leaves. The spirit leaves, whatever. I don't know. We use words to describe things we don't really understand, right? But her essence is maybe the best way to say is gone. Where is she now? Based on what I learn about near-death experience, they hang around for a few days, so she'll be here, right here, I'm sure. And then after a few days, they go on to this dimension, another dimension, who knows? Because I think, well, probably just in another dimension, but right here at the same time. Anyway, guys, you know, I don't know if I'm going to turn the comments off on this or not, but I think I'll leave it on because a lot of you ask about her a lot. So I'm going to say, if you got to this far, you can write a comment. And if you write a comment, please say where you're at. Who's that for? For me. I want to know who likes sugar. Okay, guys, before I make this camera wet, I'm going to say buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. I put those hot dogs there earlier, some hot dogs there earlier, and the birds stole them. I laughed, so I put some more there for this. But I have a place I can come in the mornings and I'll put some there, and every day you guaranteed somebody will come get them. Spooky Ray or penguin birds, somebody will get them. Cool, huh? Thanks, guys. Later.